Hi, my name is Corey Damen-Jenkins. I'm the Principal and Chief Executive Officer of Corey Damen-Jenkins and Associates.
So Corey, we come into your space and we have this beautiful entryway. I mean, it feels like we're in a home. Can you tell me how you came up with this tableau?
Homes are basically a collection of tableaus. They're little vignettes and little moments and of course larger spaces, and they have to be orchestrated in such a way to where the design feels very cohesive and very tailored to who the homeowners are. This piece here is one of my very first selections from 1stDibs many, many years ago. I don't entirely know what it is, but it's something that has to do with sewing. It's quirky, it's weird, I love it. It's sculptural, and it's going to land right here on this console.
That's amazing. Well, we love objects that have stories, right?
Our clients are all about the bespoke experience. They want interiors that defy homogeny. So 1stDibs gives us things that are unique and wonderful and off the beaten path, quirky conversation pieces, things that when the clients are in those rooms, they can tell the story, the provenance of where these things came from. This trolley has obviously seen so much, and here in our office we have it laden with libation, inducing elixirs. And every Friday at 4 o'clock, our team piles in my office and we celebrate each other's accomplishments that week. The trolley houses all that for us, and it's beautiful to look at. I love collecting art, and some of these pieces are antique, some of them are new. I love mixing and matching it all together. I think salon-style art groupings are a great way to get a large collection onto the walls.
And also mixing photography in with sort of more traditional art makes it feel more modern, and it's
And then this is a really fun piece too. So these were buttons that were sewn onto, or were left over from costumes for performers at Studio 54.
Oh, wow.
And so someone, I don't know who, stitched them onto this board in the 1970s, and then we had it framed.
That's
and
amazing.
it becomes art.
How'd you enter the world of interior design?
I worked in the automotive industry for Ford, GM, and Chrysler as a buyer. In 2007, when the Great Recession hit, I was laid off. And at that point, I decided I wanted to get back into interior design. So I mapped out the nicer areas of Metro Detroit, put together a satchel of sketches and CAD drawings and color boards, and basically knocked on doors. And I set a goal for myself of 1,000 doors. So after about 778 of those door experiences, I realized that maybe this was not going to work out after all, and perhaps my dad was right. And so I decided to round down my goal from 1,000 doors to 800, and told myself that if I didn't get a hit by door 800, I would just hang it up and get a job at Starbucks. At the 779th door, this wonderful doctor and his wife invited me in. It was a cold winter day. They offered me hot coffee, and eventually they hired me to do their home. We did a complete gut renovation, and 3 weeks later, executive producers from HGTV found my work online and cast me in my first television show. And it was one of those Design Star competitions that they were, airing at the time, and I won.
Amazing.
If you look at a diamond under a microscope, it is filled with fractures and fissures and imperfections. They are what captures the glint of the light, the reflective nature of those elements are what give the diamond its special element, its shine. So it's perfectly imperfect. And I think the antiquity and vintage pieces are also perfectly imperfect. It's those flaws that actually make them so special.